who we are.
What's in store this week at your local Staples?
Lap top of the line
Staples is the place for the best PCs.
at great prices.
And this week at Staples, in honor of President's Day, the HP Pavilion laptop with Intel Core i7 processor is just $569.99.
You save $260 on this super slim, stylish PC powerhouse.
But hurry, this and other PC deals are good this week only.
At Staples, where there's a whole lot in store.
It's 222.20 while supplies last.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
It's 1:14. I'm Emily Valdez. Coming up, a hedgehog takes a bite out of the weekend box office. The world's retailers have been hit by the coronavirus. That story's coming up in 5 minutes when Bloomberg checks your money. And a public library in Santa Monica is the backdrop for an adult film. These stories coming up in the next 15 minutes. Right now, 1:15, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Santa Ana 5 North at 17th Street. There's a disabled vehicle in the slow lane. It's a tough drive from Red Hill. South Almonte 60 East, approaching the 605. We had a 3-car injury collision. Looks like they cleared it. They had a car that hit the center divider, flipped on its side. That's back on its wheels off the freeway. Still, we have a residual backup, and it's to Rosemead, but that should dissipate soon. So that is a bit of good news. Almonte 605 North at Valley. 2-car injury wreck. 3 lanes are blocked. Plus, they just cleared that earlier cycle accident in the area. The delays begin in Beverly. Also, plenty of spectators slowing on the other side. Monterey Park 10 East before New Avenue. A 2-car crash, both in the slow lane. It's slow between Garfield and San Gabriel Boulevard. Palisades, PCH heading south. A weekend water main project between Temescal Canyon and Sunset. The Caltrans work has you on the brakes through Tuna Canyon. Sherman Oaks 405 south, just past the 101. A car was rear-ended, both in the fast lane. This is adding to a slow drive that stretches through the Sepulveda Pass and into Westwood. Thousand Oaks, 101 East at Lynn Road. Car slammed into the center divider. Expect CHP to run a brake to get the vehicle off the freeway. In the meantime, the backup right now to Wendy Drive. Our next report is at 1:25. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Lots of sunshine on tap for your Sunday. Temperatures nice and comfortable this afternoon. Mid-60s along the coast. Lower 70s for LA and Orange County Metro. 73 for the valleys. Upper 50s up in the mountains and the high desert communities. Lower 70s this afternoon. As we head into this coming week, we will have periods of gusty offshore winds, and that will provide warmer temperatures, especially along the coast for the valleys and the metro areas. So some areas could push mid to even upper 70s this coming week. And then it's by this weekend, tracking a Pacific storm system that has the potential to bring us a little bit of rain heading into Saturday. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2's Alex Fiston for KNX 1070 News Radio.
Currently 64 degrees at LAX, 68 degrees in Santa Ana, 72 degrees in Northridge at 117. Animation back on top at the box office with the new movie Sonic the Hedgehog doing even better than expected. It's on track to end up with a whopping $57 million over the long President's Day weekend, which is a new record for any film based on a video game. The movie actually uses a mix of computer animation and live action to tell the story of a cute alien who gets stuck on Earth and needs to ask for help getting home.
I shouldn't even be on this planet right now, but I am. And clearly, I'm not going to be able to do this on my own.
Last week's winner, Birds of Prey, will wind up second this time with about $17 million, followed by the new horror version of the old TV show Fantasy Island. Up next, the new romantic comedy, The Photograph, and then cop comedy, Bad Boys for Life. Economic development officials in Santa Fe, New Mexico are pushing for the restoration of daily flights between there and LA to support the continuing growth of the local film production industry. So American Airlines used to have regular nonstop flights between LAX and Santa Fe, but it stopped offering those flights in 2015. It did recently announce they'll be introducing a new once-a-week service, Saturdays only, from April to late October. Santa Fe officials hoping that might be the first step to the eventual new daily flights, if they can get them. The LA Fire Department has expanded its capacity to quickly respond to medical and fire emergencies.
A fourth fast response vehicle, or FRV, has been added to the department. It will be assigned to Fire Station 82 in Hollywood, enabling the department to keep its engines and ambulances available for other calls. LA Fire Chief Ralph Terrazas.
In addition to the FRV expansion, we have added two very significant capabilities. They include the ability to medically clear patients with an acute mental health crisis or public inebriation for transport to a mental health urgent care center or a sobering center.
He says they've also been certified to assist with SWAT deployments by the LA Police Department.
As medical support for LAPD officers, as well as for anybody who may need medical attention.
Having the FRVs in service has been described as a paradigm shift for the fire department. In Elysian Park, Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Businesses across the country cut the number of open jobs in December for the second straight month. The number of available positions dropped over 5% to 6.4 million. Andy Challenger with the job placement firm Challenger Gray Christmas tells KNX this is a significant decline, but it's not a reason to worry.
We saw a really high number of jobs added to the economy in January in the most recent government report, and there are still more open jobs than there are unemployed persons in the United States.
Challenger says the biggest downturns are in the manufacturing, warehousing, and transportation sectors. It's 1:20 right now. Time for a check of your money. Here's Jill Schneider.
When it comes to the coronavirus, most of the focus is, of course, on the human toll. But it's also hitting the world's retailers hard. Across China, the epicenter of the deadly outbreak, malls are closed, streets are empty, and tourism is tanking. Bloomberg's Eric Fanner says that's hurting a lot of companies like Burberry.
About 40% of their sales go to Chinese consumers. They're one of the most heavily exposed for sure.
Burberry says the outbreak has wiped out as much as 80% of its sales in China.
It's shocking. It's a huge amount. I mean, they're basically saying people just aren't visiting these stores anymore.
Other retailers feeling the pain include Nike, Canada Goose, and Japanese cosmetics maker Shiseido. One company apparently bucking the trend is L'Oreal. Chairman and CEO Jean-Paul Agone says this will be a temporary bump in the road.
It will not be forever, thanks God. And so it doesn't change anything to our confidence in the middle and long term.
Analysts say companies with a strong online presence may be able to lessen the brunt of the downturn. We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Jill Schneider for KNX 1070 News Radio.
LA County opens its first community health and wellness center. That story 90 seconds away is 1:21.
The KNX Morning News. Not just reporting the big stories all morning, we're tracking the stories wherever they go, however long it takes. So keep coming back for the latest details. Plus, traffic every 10 minutes on the 5s. Listen, Monday morning at 5 on KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
This is Mike Diamond's buddy Fred. After the last presidential debate, suddenly everybody's talking about plumbers. Mike Diamond Plumbing isn't much into politicking, and you won't hear about our favorite candidate. But having had to clean up a lot of the stuff those folks are flinging out there on the campaign trail, you may say we're a group of experts. We've had to fish out foreign policies from toilets. We win the war on clogs in your shower. And bailouts? Well, by fixing leaks, we've probably saved over 700 billion gallons of water in the Los Angeles area alone, give or take. So if your bathroom's like most politicians and full of crap, call us. We can promise change in your plumbing condition. We'll work under the sink, across the aisle, wherever it needs fixing. We're here for all people. So while everyone else is talking about plumbers, Mike Diamond Plumbing is